Welcome back to Ozarks Live. You can always find beauty at the Springfield Art Museum.
And today you can also find Tom there as well. Don't confuse the two. Hey, Tom, what exhibit did you find for us this time?
Actually, I found one of the favorites. It's back year after year, and it's called, of course you probably know, Watercolor USA. I have the curator here with me, Sarah Boer, and she's going to tell us about Watercolor USA. Again, thanks for having us by. What is it that makes watercolor so popular?
Well, you know, I don't know what makes it so popular, except that I think it's colorful. I think this show in particular tends to get a lot of realist works, and people love the magic of seeing how someone can take such a simple medium that maybe you dabbled with as a child and make a piece that looks like you could touch it, you know?
Yes, very, and we're not kidding when, you know, it's a favorite because it's been coming back to the to the museum for many years.
It's the 60th year, 60th anniversary this year.
Good grief. How has it changed, you know, through the years? I mean, I'm not going to intimate the idea that you've been curator since '62, but in the time that you've been here, what kind of changes do you see? Because art tends to reflect life.
Well, I would say this year has been a more noticeable change than others. Watercolor USA tends to get a lot of what you might expect year after year, lots of beautiful paintings of flowers and seascapes and portraits. But this year, there are quite a few paintings that clearly reflect the pandemic. And I think that's because it's been a shared experience. I
would say maybe a little darker tones to things that you might have seen in years past. Now this, like right here that I'm seeing, that looks like you have just, boom, it's a street scene.
Right.
And you just stand and you go as though you are standing in this picture. It's amazing what you can do with watercolor, because most people think of watercolors as, okay, you dip it in and then you kind of smear on that and that's it.
Exactly.
It's some beautiful works here.
Well, and I think the other thing about watercolor is it's an unforgiving medium. You know, once you put down that paint, there's no correcting it. You know, an oil painter can paint over.
Right.
You really can't do that with watercolor without permanently altering the way it looks.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to remove a layer and find someone's secret painting underneath watercolor.
Right.
Yeah, and watercolor, of course, I mean, again, you're reflecting life with many of these things, and yet you can still go into the abstract with watercolor.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the other thing about this show, is you're going to see everything. You're going to see abstraction, you're going to see portraiture, you're going to see a landscape.
Yeah.
And that's because it pulls from across the country. So there's always something for everybody in Watercolor USA.
How long is Watercolor USA going to be here at the museum?
Up and through till the end of August.
Okay, end of August. Now, one of the greatest things of all is the fact that there's this little word when you first, you know, you go to the doorway, and that's what they're going to charge you to come to the museum. What is that word?
It's free.
Free, absolutely. That's the best part. You could come and see our collection, and there's a difference. You know, our collection gathers from maybe a little different group of people than what you see in watercolor. Explain that difference.
Well, so watercolor is a juried show, so it's looking for artists from all across the country. But usually you're going to see artists who are more hobbyists, or they're professional artists, but maybe it's not their full career all of the time. So you're going to see a wide range of talent, and you're going to see we often have local artists in watercolor too. But in the permanent collection, we strive to balance local, regional, and national.
Yes.
So there's a concerted effort to show all of that range.
Now, of course, you know, art is something that you also learn. And I know in the past that, you know, the Art Museum has had classes, different things like that. Things have changed a little bit, of course, because of the pandemic. Where are you all with that?
Well, we're being cautious, and we're kind of starting the conversations now on what we can start to bring back for in-person programs, in-person classes. We also just hired a new museum educator, so when she starts in a couple of weeks, I think we'll be ready to start putting down some more firm plans. Of course, being cautious with what's happening in the community, but we do really miss having those programs available.
Now, and I would assume maybe once the school year starts, you might start seeing possibly availabilities for field trips, things like that.
Yes, we usually have a 5th grade field trip program, which last year we had to send the program to them, but we really hope we'll be able to bring them back this year.
Right. Okay, now of course it's free, so you do rely on donation to help keep the doors open. If people want to keep track, want to donate, they want to keep track of everything that the museum brings, how do they do that?
If you go to our website, which is sgfmuseum.org.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Come to the art museum. You know, so much of it is ours. You should be able to enjoy it, and people from all over the world display their art right here. Back to you.
All right, Tom, thanks. And we'll be right back.